I will add that Priscilla's also angry. She said that
Okay,
it's...
let me ask a couple of questions here. First of all, the picture of the person sitting behind the screen door is Al Strada. Okay, Al Strada was a gentleman that worked for us. After Elvis's death, he worked security for the estate. He was a security guard.
That's the picture that comes with the hardcover that supposedly is Elvis.
That is the picture of him sitting behind in a chair, sitting behind the screen door. Okay,
that's the first I've heard that.
That's right, because nobody's harassed me.
Yeah, well,
Anyway.
I've been asking
Well,
people.
now that he's told you.
Well, I mean, I certainly would love to see what Al Strada looks like.
I didn't bring a picture with me of him. I wish I would have. I would really do.
Where is Al Strada?
I don't know where he was working for.
That's the picture we have.
I can't see it real well.
Right, but also, can you tell me?
There you go.
Yeah.
And Al Strada looks like Elvis Presley.
Absolutely, in that shot.
Well, you know what's interesting too.
Let me ask another question. How about the gentleman? Who was the person that was
hold on,
let's
leave that. Hold on a second, Joe.
Okay.
Mike Joseph is on the phone from Chicago.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, Joe. Now, you took what picture, Mike?
Yeah, I took the picture that Gail is talking about.
Now, let's throw that picture back up on screen.
Okay.
This picture obviously was taken after his death because, according to the Kodak scheme on that particular roll, there was a picture of the gravesite before it.
Right. There were two graves there. It was Elvis's and his mother's. And
now...
it was only the grave area was open to the public. It was New Year's Day, 1978, when I shot that picture.
Now, who is that in that picture?
As Gail very well knows, when I had met Gail for the first time in February, it is not Elvis Presley. This was explained to Gail and her associates.
It was not Elvis Presley?
It is not Elvis Presley.
Is this Mike Joseph?
It sure is.
Well, we have you on tape saying that when you took the magnifying glass and pulled it back, you said, "My God, it's Elvis Presley."
Yeah, right. When I had first discovered somebody sitting in the picture, after I took it 4 years later, I was curious. I saw a shadow there. I took my son's magnifying glass, looked at it, and I said, "Oh, my God, it looks like Elvis Presley." And I swore it was Elvis Presley up until last year.
Well, we interviewed you, and at that point
what changed your mind?
Well, it changed my mind that I had met with a couple of Elvis's friends, which one of them was George Klein, who was also a friend along with Joe Esposito. And as soon as George looked at the picture, he knew it wasn't Elvis. I thought I would catch him by surprise and say, "Joe, can you tell me who this is?" And I expected him to say, "It's Elvis." And then I was going to hit him with the date when it was taken.
Why haven't you notified us of that when you presented us the picture?
When I had met Gail, Gail had said to me, they wanted to use the pictures.
Right.
And I said, well, you know, it's not Elvis Presley. They said, it's okay. The book is for this book, and the book is really based on hypothetical ideas of putting it out, of what would happen if Elvis was alive. So I said to them, I said to them that, well, you know, as long as I'm telling you this, that's it. And they said, okay. So I went down to L.A., and made a deal with them that they were going to use it for that reason. At that time, Gail said to me, "Would you like to appear with me on television shows?"
To tell your story. We have you on tape telling your story.
Bill Donahue, naming all these shows. I said, "Yeah, great." You know, I didn't know anything what they were going to do with this. So about 3 days later, I did this film that she was talking about, saying what had happened with the picture. I never said it was Elvis Presley.
Yes,
I just said the picture was taken there. I then had left L.A. 3 days later, I got a call from one of her associates saying they would like to buy the rights to the picture because they knew I was just going to dispense with it anyway from that time on. So
let me jump in a second here, Mike.
Yeah.
The only way you know that it's not him is that a friend of his said it wasn't him.
No.
You don't know who it is, right?
Basically, my wife had brought to my attention, she was on the trip with me not too long ago, as she remembered. She said, you know, there was a guy standing at the pool area and with glasses on and everything. And George Klein had told me, now, he didn't say Al Strada, which Al Strada it does look a little bit like Elvis from a distance. But he said it was, George Klein told me it was his cousin Jimmy, who Elvis never liked. And after Elvis supposedly died, Jimmy would then come around and hang around Graceland.
No, it's not Al Strada, it's Jimmy?
Who is it? One guy says it's Jimmy. Joe, you say it's Al Strada?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, we have three different opinions, but you were the photographer, and you're saying now that you never said it was Elvis.
I never told him it was Elvis. I said it. In fact, the contract I have with her associate says the likeness of Elvis Presley. It says it right here in front of me.
Okay, now I understand we have a tape here where you're saying it is Elvis. I'm not verifying that. Is there a tape? Are you aware of a tape that you're on saying that?
No.
No, we haven't.
Well, you know, I wish they'd play it.
Yeah, we should play it.
I would like to ask Gail one more thing.
Sure.
That thing is...
we don't have it.
We have the whole thing. I sent it to you. You have it. That's what these...
Gail also gave me a tape at that meeting of this Elvis talking in 1981.
Right.
When I had gone to Las Vegas, my son and I, who I went to visit in Las Vegas, my son and I threw it on the cassette player, and on both sides were completely blank.
Oh, well, that was a bad tape.
Completely blank, no sound at all. Plus, I would like to ask a question.
I gotta get a break quickly. Go ahead.
Okay, she says in the book that Elvis had gone under a name called Sybil.
I was told that there was a name. Okay. I don't say that that's his name. In Chet Atkins' book,
but
he
you say that
says
he has used his name several times.
Pardon?
He has used his name several times, so
He
people
has,
don't
yeah.
recognize him.
Yeah.
Do you know of anyone else using that name?
No, I don't. Do
I
you?
would like to read you the first paragraph of our agreement.
Of my agreement?
Yes.
I don't have an agreement with you.
No, your associate, Dick Sutter, with Marketing Resources Network has it.
Oh, well, they're not my
This agreement
associates.
made this 11th day of February 1988 between Michael Joseph, hereafter referred as photographer, and Richard Sutter, Paul Wante, and Paul DeMose conducting business under the assumed fictitious name of Civil Group.
Civil Group?
Why are they using Elvis's name?
I have no idea. By the way, they are an independent company.
We've got to take a break. We'll come back with more after this. Don't go away. Gail is contending that Mike is lying either one place or the other, and that there's a tape purportedly in which he says that that was Elvis in that picture. We're checking to find it in the tape sent
He
to
goes
us.
through the whole sequence.
Oklahoma City, hello.